C'est pas 11, c'est après 9. Good morning, it is Monday. If you're new to this channel, my name is Maddie and I have been doing the TAPIF program, which is basically an assistant English teaching program in France for the past, well, this is my second year doing it. So basically what I wanted to do this week for my video was, I feel like if you've ever watched my videos before, I'm always kind of like in a rush. I'm going to class, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but I never really explain exactly what I'm doing in my classes and kind of like what my schedule is like, what the kids are like. I just wanted to try to really get into detail of like my week. Also I want to talk about like what I'm wearing to all my classes. If you are interested in this program and you want to do it and you want to know like maybe what you'll be doing, great. Or if you're just interested in like what the heck I'm up to all the time, I am gonna spell it out for you. So today is Monday, so I don't start until a little bit later. I don't start until 1:30. I walk to both of my schools. I mean, it's not like super fun right now because it's starting to get super cold and rainy, but regardless, I really do love walking to school. So I'm going to go to my first class at 1:30, and I have my first class with, I'm gonna call her Teacher A. So with Teacher A, I teach a CZM class. That would be like the equivalent of basically like 6th grade, your first year of middle school. So CZM is usually like, they're always super young, like enthusiastic. They don't have a super high level of English though. So it's definitely something you kind of want to think about if you ever happen to be teaching like a CZM class, if you're doing this program. But so with my teacher, we'll call her Teacher A. With Teacher A, I only have this one class with her once a week at 1:30. And she always wants me to do some sort of like cultural presentation, like something about the United States. Like for example, last week I did like tourist sites in Washington, D.C., like Thanksgiving, holidays, Native Americans. So she always wants me to do like some sort of cultural presentation where the kids can either do like activities or they can try to practice reading something to me, where basically they can just like hear me speak and like I can talk to them. So today I prepared a presentation about the Super Bowl, what it's about, the halftime performance, all of that stuff. So that is Teacher A at 1:30. I have an hour-long break between my first class and my second class. And then for my second class, I have a class with Teacher B. So for Teacher B, I have quatrième with her. So this would be the equivalent of like 8th grade, 13 and 14. They usually have like a pretty decent level of English. I mean, they should. Some of them, I mean, that's the thing too, is like the level of English is so varying in these classes. So that's what's kind of, it's kind of tough to plan activities sometimes because of the varying levels of English. So with this teacher, this particular teacher, she was literally like, do whatever you want. She has literally never given me a mandate. She only told me they're gonna be working on a certain book. With this class, I always take a group of 10 of them and we go to another room and I'm by myself and we'll like do games. But I always prepare, because what I've realized is like trying to just do things off the cuff and doing just like having a discussion is really not the best way to go about it. So today for Teacher B, for my second class, I prepared a game. But what I've done is I just went on Cambridge English and I looked up like A2 level vocabulary and I picked out about 50 words that they should know. For example, like easy, exit, fashion, and basically they will choose a word and they need, I mean, it's basically kind of like, I don't know, like category, I don't know, like whatever. And they need to try to describe the word to their team, and if they can guess the word, you get a point. And it's basically just to help them like practice like speaking. How can you describe something, you know, like synonyms, antonyms. So I think that'll be pretty fun. And the kids, like, they get super competitive. It's always fun when like you feel like kids are enjoying the game. And so we will do the game and then I'm done for the day. Only 2 classes on Monday, so it's like a super easy day. But it's also, this is actually, Monday is probably my favorite day now because I really like these 2 classes. I like my colleagues that I work with, and it's like a super short day. So yeah, so that's what Monday looks like. Okay, and As far as what I'm wearing today, as you can see, I'm just wearing this like striped shirt. I've literally had this forever. And then I'm just wearing like a pair of jeans. I have some like earrings on and my like daily jewelry, but this is like a typical kind of just like Monday outfit. I'm usually just want something like kind of comfy and low key. I'm only going to school for a couple hours, so no big deal. So that is gonna be what I wear today. We have some breaking news. So I just received a text from my colleague and she said, okay, so last night she texted me and she was like, hey, or I texted her and I said, hey, I was thinking we could talk about the Super Bowl tomorrow for class. That's another thing I forgot to tell you. Usually on Sunday I will like talk to my colleague and we'll figure out a game plan for Monday, like, oh, what do you think about this topic, you know, oh, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do like a quiz, like, oh, I think they need to revise the vocabulary, like we will talk a little bit. So I texted her last night and she was like, yeah, Super Bowl sounds great, like no worries. Right now it's like a little after noon and I'm supposed to start at 1:30, and she texted me and said they're gonna watch a movie, you're welcome to come join us or you can just stay home. So that's another thing that like I should mention is, first of all, if any of your teachers are ever gone, like sick or whatever, you don't have to come. I'm technically not allowed to supervise like an entire class. So anytime a teacher is absent, I just don't go, and like it doesn't affect your pay or anything because it's not your fault. I just prepared that whole Super Bowl presentation for literally nothing, but I'll just save it for after the vacances, so that's okay. But I think my other class is still up, so I will be doing my game and we'll just go about our day as normal. Good afternoon, welcome to Tuesday. So I had class on Tuesdays. I start at 8 a.m. so I didn't really have time this morning to like sit down before class, but I'm happy that I didn't because I ended up doing things a little bit differently. So I have 4 classes on Tuesday morning. All 4 of my classes, day 8, 9, 10, and 11, I take a small group of kids with me to another room and we discuss in English, la la la. So on day 2, I start at 8 a.m. with teacher C. So I have a third teacher that I work with, so I start with her, and I'm with her with a quatrième, another quatrième, so we're talking 8th grade, basically, 8th grade class. And so with them, since it's Valentine's Day, I thought it would be kind of fun to do a Valentine's Day theme, and also this is the last time I'll see them before the vacances, so I didn't want to do anything too strenuous with them. We talked about Valentine's Day a little bit and like our traditions and things like that, and then I showed them some Taylor Swift music videos and they tried to like listen to the lyrics and tried to understand, so that way, I don't know, I just thought it'd be like a fun exercise. And it's not only good for them to like listen to English, but also I feel like Taylor Swift is such a big part of American culture. Like it's interesting to talk about her and about her like writing love songs and stuff. 9 a.m. I had a class with teacher B from yesterday. So with her I had another quatrième. Yeah, I have 4 quatrième. And this class is like particularly, I want to say naughty because that's what they always say in French, but very kind of disruptive and loud. I mean, I do have like a lot of love for them. They are very funny and like they make me laugh, but they are kind of little shits. So this class I have to keep an eye on and like not let things get too out of control because they will take advantage of you. So with this class, I started watching music videos and they like knew some more songs they wanted to listen to, but then I realized like halfway through my lesson, we should be talking about the Super Bowl. Like it just happened, The Weeknd performed, a lot of kids like know him, so we ended up watching The Weeknd's performance and a lot of people loved it, the kids loved it, so that was super fun. So 10 o'clock, we have another class with teacher C, another quatrième. This class is pretty good. They have a lot of really strong students in it, so that was fun. And with them, I talked about the Super Bowl. I did my presentation that I prepared for yesterday. I showed them The Weeknd's performance in its entirety, and they really liked it. They thought it was super fun to talk about, and I think that lesson was really a hit. We watched the one with Beyonce and Bruno Mars, where Beyonce and her dancers, I think they're meant to embody kind of like the Black Panthers, and when she raises her fist and like Black Power, it's nice because with the quatrième and this specific group, they have a higher level of English, so we could have more of a discussion about like what that means, what are the symbols here, like why did Beyonce do that. I think it's interesting to try to like have more of a deep conversation with them. At 11 a.m. I have a teacher C again. This time I have a cesium, so like 6th grade, they're the youngest. This class is also quite rambunctious, so I have to like keep my eye on them a little bit. I took a group of them to one classroom, but then the heads of the school came in and they're like, oh, we're gonna have a meeting in here, you need to find another classroom. And I was like, oh, great. So, and then one of the heads was like making fun of American football, and he was like, oh, it's so slow, you know, and so I was like, okay, you know, whatever. So we found another room, got all set up, but the only thing is that really cut my lesson kind of short, but whatever. We talked about the Super Bowl again. I had them read a little bit, and we watched some different Super Bowl performances like The Weeknd, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, and that was super fun. And now I'm done. So I'm done for today. I used to have a tutoring after this, but I moved it, or the mom moved it, so we don't do that anymore. So I'm free for the rest of the day, which is pretty crazy, but I do need to get some stuff done, and I need to run, which I am not looking forward to. It's like 28 degrees out today, so it's super cold. But yeah, so that is my explanation of Tuesday, and so I will see you guys again tomorrow for the Wednesday rundown. Okay, so today's outfit was pretty tragically boring, but I can't lie, I woke up pretty late today. I have to be at class at 8 a.m. and I was running a little bit late, so I just put on this sweater and some jeans, and I wore my Doc Martens, and also it is absolutely freezing outside. It's like 28 degrees, so I just wanted to be warm and be comfortable. So this is it. It's really boring, I'm sorry. This is what I wore. En anglais on dit in Edinburgh. C'est pas 11, c'est après 9, 10, exactly. So we can say exactement c'est ça. On peut dire, we can do two phrases. On peut faire deux phrases avec ça. Yes, negative 10 degrees Celsius. Très bien, very good. So, est-ce que vous comprenez la différence entre it et she et he? Oui, c'est... So today is Wednesday, and I just got done with my one tutoring session of the day. So on Wednesdays, I tutor 2 boys from 2 to 3 o'clock, and at the beginning it was in person, but then of course we had lockdown, and now I could actually go there, but I just feel like it's like if you can not do something in person, you should not, you know what I'm saying? So like they're like in CCM, so they're like in 6th grade, so like they're pretty capable of doing online work. Even though I will say, as they've gotten like more and more comfortable with me, they will start kind of like horsing around on the computer, and I'm just like, ugh. For tutoring, and if you're in Paris doing English tutoring, I charge 20 euros an hour, and you should really not accept anything less than that. This is my time, my energy. But today we just did a little bit of revision. Well, first I always ask them if they have homework, so that way we can like do it together, and I'll check it for them. So they had to write a few sentences, so I helped them with that. And then I also did, and then we revised être, to be in English. Very important. I said this to them. I was like, you really need to have a good handle on is. Like is like the foundation. So we revised is, and we did a few exercises. I had them write a few sentences. Then we did a reading comprehension exercise. And other than that, on Wednesdays, like I just like to have kind of like productive time, because I don't have class on Wednesdays. You can definitely like try to finesse that if you ever do the TAPIF program. Like it's very possible to not have class on one day. Sometimes I'll see friends on Wednesdays, but it's so freaking cold. I didn't want to go out and do anything, so I have some laundry that I need to do. I've been like cleaning all morning, doing some like productive things, but that's about it. That's Wednesday. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Thursday. So today's Thursday, and I was wearing something earlier in the day, but then I changed because I was really cold. So, but anyways, this is the Thursday fit. I honestly don't really know what this looks like. I hope this doesn't look too crazy, but I'm wearing this like striped shirt. This would also be a great option with just like jeans, these like corduroy wide leg pants. I don't know if you can tell. I'm really not that flexible. I don't know why I'm like Okay, and so corduroy, and these are also missing a button on them, which is unfortunate. But anyways, this is the Thursday outfit. Pretty normal, not much to say about it, but yeah, very comfy. I wanted to wear like gold necklaces, but right before I left for class, I went to go find them. They were all tangled together. Whatever, moving on. Hello you guys, so welcome to Thursday. So I have already done my full day. Okay, so right now we are at school number 2, my second school. So I teach at 2 schools, and on Thursday and Friday I'm at my second school. So what makes school number 2 a little bit more confusing is, so for school number 1 I have the same schedule every single week, but for school number 2 they have an A and a B schedule. So basically, so the schools, like on A week I'll have certain classes, on B week I'll have certain classes, but then there are a few classes that I have for both A week and B week. This week is B week. Okay, so I start out with a class in the morning, not super early, but I start out with like a mid-morning class with, we will say, teacher A at school number 2. So with him, I have a class of Sankiam. That means that they are in their second year, so they'd be in like 7th grade of middle school. So with him, he never really gives me like a rundown. I will basically just like assist him in the classroom. Sometimes I will take my own group if I feel like, honestly, like he's kind of the only teacher that I kind of tell him what I want to do. I personally prefer to take a small group and go to another room, because this class is probably the class that makes me consistently the most upset. They just have an astonishing lack of respect for authority. Even when my colleague, the main teacher, he'll like start getting upset and he'll like yell at them and they literally laugh at him. It's a little bit out of control, to be quite frank. The principal has had to come in a few times. She like came in, like yelled at them this morning, and I was like, once again, they do kind of upset me sometimes because they just like don't give a shit. But I will say, like, I still have a lot of love for them. Like, they are very funny and they can be super sweet, and like there are quite a few of them that want to learn and, you know, whatever. So sometimes it's hard, like it's like I can't stay mad at them, you know, like I really can't. So anyways, but they're the ones you also need to look out for them. So on Thursday I have like a 4-hour break between teacher A. So on week B, I either have a late afternoon class with either teacher B or teacher C. So today I had a class with teacher B, and with teacher B, she always gives me a small group of 10 students for me to work with, but she usually gives me the subject. So she'll tell me like, hey, this week we're talking about Martin Luther King Jr., this week we're talking about food, like can you please practice with them and like revise. And it's just nice because it's a small group, and this group I really like. They are CZM, so it's a CZM group with teacher B, and they're like super fun and like really enthusiastic, and like they don't have a super high level yet, but it's like they're really enthusiastic, so it makes it fun to like try to learn. So that's Thursday. Thursday is pretty chill for me. Like I don't have any tutoring, so in the afternoon when I have that big break, I like to try to do something productive instead of just kind of like sitting and like watching Netflix, because I come home between classes. So I like to, like, for example, today I ate lunch and then I exercised, so now like I'm done for the day. But I usually like to try to get some things done, just because like 4 hours of break, like that's a long time. So yeah, so anyway, so that is pretty much what my Thursday looks like. And yeah, only one more day of the week and then we're done. Okay guys, so this is my last outfit for the day, for the week, I guess, unless I don't know if I'll show you what I'm gonna wear tomorrow, but we'll see. But I am wearing this sweater that is Khalil's. These pants are from Free People. I hope that you can see them somehow, some way. And then I just wore this with Doc Martens and then earrings and my rings, like just like a normal outfit. It's super cold again today, so like I just want to be warm, want to be cozy. You can see like my winter formula for teaching is basically I just have like a lineup of pants and a lineup of sweaters, and I just like mix and match, so it's super easy and comfortable. But yeah, so that is what I wore this week. I feel like I really gave you guys like the absolute least, but that's the best I could do in the winter. So yes, and the point, I don't know if I already said it, but the point of me showing what I'm wearing was I just wanted you to know, like, if you're gonna do TAPIF or whatever, and you were wondering about like the dress code or whatever, like these are just kind of like very normal things that I would wear. Welcome to Friday night. So I have finished my classes and I was supposed to have a tutoring tonight online at 5 o'clock, but so I was like waiting for the kid to come online, and I texted the mom and I said, oh, you know, he's not online. And she said, oh, he had a really bad day because he's having like a lot of trouble with bullies at school, and I guess he had a really bad day with bullies, so it just made me like so sad for him. So we just moved it to Monday because it's the vacances now, so that's really exciting. So this morning I had one class with the same teacher as yesterday. I think I called him Teacher A. Okay, yes. So I had my first class with Teacher A. Once again, I took a small group of 10 students to the other room and we like worked on some Valentine's Day vocabulary, you know, talked. This is once again the group of kind of like problem students, but they were actually really good today, so that's great. Okay, so I was supposed to have another class with Teacher B today. So Teacher B, and it was so weird, I literally talked to her last night, and then so I was waiting in her classroom and some of the students were like, oh, she's not here. So I just left. Okay, so I'll explain. So normally with this teacher, I do the same thing. I take a small group, I take them to the other classroom, and then we switch halfway through the class. And we just like talk about things, like it's a lot of like oral work, like a lot of like speaking practice. That's Teacher B. So I was supposed to have a class with Teacher D. I have a class with her every Friday in the afternoon, but she was also sick because I think like they're just being really careful now. Like if you have the flu or like any other type of sickness, or like just don't come. And with Teacher D, I always just stay in the classroom with her and I help her do lessons. So like I just stand in front of the room and like I speak and I will like read aloud for the kids. And actually last time they were having a test and she wanted me to help one of the students on the test, because she was like, I know she knows it, I just think she gets so like worked up that like she will literally get like zeros on tests because she won't write anything down. And she was like, I know she can do it because she does well in her work. So I think that's pretty cool that my colleague Teacher D like recognizes that, and like she wants the kids to succeed, and she like lets them have a little bit of help, you know. So anyway, so that's Teacher D. Backing up to Teacher C, sometimes I have classes with her on Thursday. Teacher C she's like the colleague who's like mainly in charge of me for my program. So I have a couple classes with her, sometimes on Thursdays and sometimes on Fridays, and it depends on the week. And first of all, she is literally an angel sent from heaven, such a nice woman, so nice. And with her, I stay in the classroom with her usually, just like help her with her lessons. I'll like read things aloud so they can hear the pronunciation. Sometimes we'll do activities or games, but with her it really depends on the day and what the lesson is. So those are my courses for the week. I hope that I'm able to explain everything and show it in a way that makes sense. I'm going to take you through my tutoring lessons tomorrow, and then we will be done with this video for the week. I know in my video I said that I was going to break down my tutoring, but when I was like, I'm literally editing this right now, and I realized like I've already been jabbering on for 25 minutes. You don't need to hear anything else. I helped some young children with some English, you know, whatever. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, for liking, for commenting, for subscribing, the whole 9 yards. And if you have any other questions about TAPIF, about teaching English in France, about life in France, feel free to comment, to shoot me a DM on Instagram, you know, whatever. But yeah, so thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Toodles!